Welcome back to the Week 5 edition of our weekly NFL Pick'em. Last week I tried to take more risks with more upsets, and I went 1-2 in those upsets, but nobody told me I was picking against a Patrick Mahomes that was going to be throwing with his left hand out here. Other than that, the Giants are the only team that came out and embarrassed me by thinking they had upset potential. Here are the top 3 from Week 4 with Raider taking the top spot, and these are the leading entries so far in the Pick'em Challenge with Max Libido in the top spot once again and the undisputed leaders so far. I was 70th overall in Week 3 but managed to climb back up into the top 50 after another mildly above average week of predictions. It's not too late to join me this season in picking NFL games each week. The winner at the end of the season gets an NFL Shop gift card. I'll put a link in the description to join. People on mobile browsers have said that the link doesn't work for them, but we're on the front page of the NFL Pick'em site now, so just find the NFLRT group on there. You guys continue to destroy the goal for likes on each Pick'em video. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. This week the goal is going to step one more up to 250 likes total. And once again, I'll keep making these videos as long as you guys keep liking them. And let me know in the comments which picks you disagreed with. Let's get to these picks. On Thursday Night Football, we've got Colts at Patriots. This Colts and Patriots rivalry has been a little one-sided since Peyton Manning was run out of town, and the Patriots have won the previous 3 matchups. The Colts gave away their last game against the Texans in overtime with a reckless decision that I'm not as critical of because I think that Frank Reich, as a new head coach, is just trying to establish some dominance in the AFC South. If the move had worked out, he would have looked like a genius. As for the Patriots, I think it was clear to see that when their backs are against the wall, you're going to get the best version of them possible, and I'm going to continue predicting the Josh Gordon breakout game until it happens. As the second game in a Patriots uniform and against this Colts secondary, Flash Gordon might go for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns this week. Patriots win. Titans at Bills. The Bills came back to earth last week and looked like the bottom 3 team in the NFL we all thought they were. Meanwhile, this Titans team looks like one of the elites in the AFC. Even in Buffalo, I think that this Titans defense suffocates Josh Allen once again. Titans win. Giants at Panthers. I gave the Giants the benefit of the doubt last week that they weren't as bad as I originally thought they were, but they are that bad, and they should probably be staying tuned to my October mock draft coming out later this week because Eli is officially washed, and now it's on Giants GM David Gettleman to find a stud quarterback in the draft, or passing on all those quarterbacks in the draft to take a running back is going to look epically dumb down the road. The Panthers are going to be fresh off their bye week. They signed Eric Reed to fix the secondary after all these owners allowed the best safety in free agency to remain unsigned until almost October because of a peaceful protest. I expect this defense to come out with a chip on their shoulder now for the remainder of the season, and it starts by picking on poor old washed up Eli. Panthers win. Dolphins at Bengals. The Dolphins got a heat check by the Patriots while the Bengals offense looks capable of scoring on anyone once again. Andy Dalton has really stepped up his game after a few years of apparent temporary regression, and once this offense gets Joe Mixon back, they'll be ready for a playoff run. Between these two teams, the highest performing unit is the Bengals offense, coming in at 16th in the league, and with the inconsistent play we've seen from both of these teams in the past, it's hard to predict a game like this. The Bengals offense could drop off a cliff tomorrow, and it wouldn't shock me, especially after losing Tyler Eifert. But I think their depth at tight end, and they might be getting Joe Mixon back this week, means that their offense continues to roll. Bengals win. Ravens at Browns. Old Cleveland versus New Cleveland in Cleveland. This has been a pretty dead rivalry recently because the old Cleveland has pretty much handled the new Cleveland since their inception, and the Ravens are looking like a good football team with even greater coaching. The defense is probably top 5, and this offense is always pushing the boundaries of what opposing defenses have to prepare for. The Browns coaching is their biggest flaw as of right now, and I expect this to be the first losing streak of the new Cleveland. Ravens win. Packers at Lions. The Packers handled business to stay on track of their ultimate goal, and the Lions' playoff goals have entered into the miracle category now with a 1-3 record. The Lions are not playing poorly, they're just not getting over the hump to win these close games, and with the warts that they have right now, Aaron Rodgers might not need a Hail Mary to win this one. Packers win. Jaguars at Chiefs. After 4 games, the Jaguars are officially the number 1 defense in the NFL statistically. I think they've been viewed as the number 1 defense since their 2017 performance, and now they're going to face the number 1 offense in the NFL if you ask anyone on the street to guess. They're actually the 8th ranked offensive unit, but it just doesn't feel like anybody can keep up with them for 60 minutes right now. This game really shouldn't be on during the early time slot because the winner of this game is the definitive AFC alpha dog moving forward. I picked against the Chiefs last week because of their primetime matchup against Von Miller and the Broncos' underrated defense, and I was 2 minutes away from being right. But after a road game on a short week where some of your flaws were exposed, I think that the Jaguars' defense will actually be enough to slow down the Chiefs, and that the Bortles-led offense has shown enough firepower at times this year to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure I'll be called a Mahomes hater for this when in reality it's the complete opposite, but Jaguars win. Broncos at Jets. The Broncos lost a heartbreaker against the top team in their division after they had them against the ropes with only a few minutes left. Now they head to New York on a short week to take on the floundering Jets. Although the Jets are right where you kind of expected with a rookie quarterback starting from day one, Sam Darnold is going to be able to respond in a big way down the stretch due to those early bumps and bruises. I think it starts here. Jets win. Falcons at Steelers. These two teams are way too talented for their current records right now, and it's a shame that both teams couldn't face a gimme like the Bills or Cardinals at a time like this, because another loss might be too much for them to overcome. But it's good for us because with the way these two teams are built, this game might get into the 50s. I was a big fan of both these teams going into the season, but as of right now, I think that there's less dysfunction in the Falcons locker room and possibly more talent too. Falcons win. Raiders at Chargers. So the Raiders are getting calls to win games these days, guys. What a time to be alive. The Raiders are putting up yards and points, but they've still played winless football in my eyes. The Chargers defense has not been as good as I thought going in, but they're going to get Joey Bosa back soon, and I knew that Derwin James was going to a great spot for him to thrive in. If we get into a shootout here, the Chargers defense is good for a few stops each game, but I don't believe the Raiders defense is any good. Chargers win. Vikings at Eagles. Security is going to be high at this one after the bullying that took place in Philly before the NFC Championship game. This isn't a place for Vikings fans, but their quarterback has played here quite a bit before and has put up numbers on this defense. The Vikings got a few extra days off for this one, while the Eagles played an extra quarter of football on the road this week. The Eagles offense is still not looking right, even though they got Alshon Jeffrey back. Vikings win. Cardinals at 49ers. The Cardinals are pretty much ranked dead last in every category but defense. Their defense has been what's kept them in games, and they're getting closer to winning one. I was impressed with how Kyle Shanahan had his guys ready to play after losing their franchise quarterback so early in the season, and it showed with the 14-0 lead that they got so quickly. However, it's a long road, and there's going to be some rough patches here and there. Josh Rosen looked alright in his first start, and I imagine him taking a step forward here in his second start, while the 49ers as a whole are more likely to take a step back in their second game with CJ Beathard at quarterback. Cardinals win. Rams at Seahawks. The end of the Seahawks dominating era just got rolled out of Arizona with an air cast on his leg and a middle finger salute to the Seahawks organization as a whole. It starts with this thrashing by the Rams coming through and establishing a new era in the NFC West. The Rams are the best team in the NFL right now and wouldn't pick against them until further notice. They have 14-2 potential in them right now. Rams win. Sunday Night Football, Cowboys at Texans. The battle for Texas takes place on Sunday Night Football, and it's a match of strength versus strength. The Cowboys' 5th-ranked defense against the Texans' 5th-ranked offense. The Cowboys linebackers need to be able to contain Deshaun Watson because you know the Texans' offensive line is going to have him running for his life the whole game with DeMarcus Lawrence chasing him down. The Cowboys' offense is ranked 27th in the league, but that's a bit skewed with 2 games hitting rock bottom. The Titans are, however, coming off a 5-quarter game on the road and might not be ready for the Cowboys, who may have regained some confidence offensively. Cowboys win. Monday Night Football, Redskins at Saints. The Redskins had an extra week to prepare for the Saints by watching all the primetime performances for Drew Brees in the Superdome, so even they know that this one's a wrap. Only way I could see the Redskins winning here is if Adrian Peterson comes in well rested and gets the revenge against his previous team, similar to last year when he hoped to punish the Vikings in week 1 as a member of the Saints, but that might be a long shot at this point in his career. Saints win. That's going to do it for my week 5 pick'ems, guys. Once again, I thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Let me know those picks, and I will see you in the next video.